Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early August 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Gemini collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Geminis in early August? It is Leo season. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. So let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Gemini in early August. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's have ourselves a good time today, my friends. We're going to have some fun reading through these cards. Beautiful. I haven't seen this card in a while for any sign, actually, and I just love it. It seems like a dreamscape to me. So I always say it's like very watery and super imaginative. So it could be really great for some of you, unless you're in your mind a little more so than normal. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see, we have this lovely lady in the purple dress. She has a mask on. There's all sorts of hot air balloons behind her. She's floating in the sky. We have like these artistic creations and a beautiful etheric background. So to me, it seems like imagination land or dreamland, so to speak. So in the positive sense, for a lot of Geminis, this is beautiful for creativity. So whether it's creative problem solving, creative pursuits or endeavors like writing, music, art, you name it, this is great because I'm having a lot of great ideas. So that's a good thing. But just know in this time, this could be very Four of Cups-esque, where it's like my head is in the clouds a little bit. A lot of daydreaming, a lot of thinking. Now, if we are going to attach this to like sleep itself, could be very important for a lot of you to make sure you're getting proper rest, relaxation, getting actual REM sleep, because I don't know, this card is making me think of REM sleep, rapid eye movement, right? So it's good, but at the same time, just try your best not to get too far ahead in the clouds when this energy shows up, and make sure you're taking time to rest and recover. So we're just going to put that down right there, my friends. She could keep doing whatever she's doing in Dreamland. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my Gemini friends. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was titled The Surprising Problem. Now, problems, yeah, they could be big, they could be small. But like the overarching theme I was picking up was like things popping up out of the blue. Like, where did this come from? How did this even materialize? So again, just watch over the coming days and weeks that like a whole variety of things don't just pop up out of the blue. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my beautiful Gemini friends. What do we have? What do we have in early August? All right, starting off with that Emperor. That's a nice fiery energy. It works well with Gemini. Okay, big Aries vibes. So let's get that down right there. He could chill out by the Amethyst. Let's get a couple more. What do we got for Gemini? Okay, Page of Cups. Lots of people for some reason, Gemini. So if you are in hermit mode and you are not surrounding yourself with a lot of people, just watch that, because there are a lot of people. Let's get one more. Okay, yeah. All right. So it's just packed with individuals. So we might not even be seeing much of your energy here, believe it or not. I mean, of course, yours will show up in a sprinkle, but we have the 3 of Pentacles right here on the back end. And we got our good pal, the Page of Swords, right there. Maybe that's your energy watching on. All right, but let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know me, I always love to look at the elements. I feel like that lays a foundation and paints a picture. And the one thing I really like about this week is you have every single element out here. You got fire, water, earth, air. All perfect balance. These energies work and play off of each other, so that could be great. Now, for some of you, these could just be different areas of life, different things, different situations. But what I'm sensing already is a lot of variety, which could be great. Now, when it comes to the fire, that's the realm of action, whether it's the actions you take, the actions other people take, the actions you want to take. It's high vibrational. It deals with health, wellness, energy levels. So there could be a focus on that for some of you. The only downside with the fire is that it could be a little explosive and hard to contain. So that's something we might want to look at. In the center, we have the water, very similar to this very first card we had right there. That's the internal world, matters of the heart, matters of emotion and feeling, love, partnerships, things, people, situations that we're emotionally invested in and that we care about. I like it for its creativity and its outside the box approach. So cool. The only downside to the water element is that it ebbs and flows. It's up, it's down, it's back and forth, it's in, it's out. So watch out for any situations like that, and it could also overwhelm quickly. Here on the back end of the main part of the spread, we have Earth, not as back and forth as the rest of the energy, right? Earth to me represents results, stability, and security, whether it's internal or external. It deals with everyday life, routine, what you do on a regular basis, home, family, work, business, finance, investments, all the material aspects of life, which is beautiful. The only downside to a lot of Earth is that it could be very slow moving, if even moving at all. It's a stubborn type of energy and it's heavy. And then right back here, we have your power element as a bonus. We have a little bit of air. That's the opposite to the water. The air is very logical, pragmatic. It speaks about points of view, perception, either giving or receiving or searching for information, clarity, and insight. The only downside that comes with the air is that it could sometimes be a little cold, detached, clinical, and it could also represent overthinking. So you see that little theme, especially like with all these people too. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with the Emperor, the big boss energy, right? And again, as you can see, there's just people everywhere. And we start here with the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is Aries. If you're connected to an Aries or have Aries placements, this could just be them represented here. Remember, it's not gender specific, but the Emperor can absolutely represent divine masculine individuals, older male individuals, people in positions of authority. So think of like bosses, managers, people I call the shots. Whenever I see the Emperor, I think of King of Kings energy. Now, you could be stepping into this in this time where it's like, all right, I'm going to get this under control. I'm going to get this under control, and I'm moving things forward. That's the big thing with the Emperor, where it's like, I need to move things forward. It's great for entrepreneurial pursuits as well. So I really like this card. The downside to the Emperor is that sometimes it could be a little too, I don't want to say cumbersome, but overbearing. This is an energy that can force things, pressure things, be a little too aggressive. So watch out for that in this time. And yeah, we'll take a look and see what's up. Watch with your relationship to people in perceived positions of authority as well. Now, moving to the middle, complete opposite, right? Like, because we go from this Emperor, this big boss, there's a lot of experience there, into the Page of Cups. Now, pages, they represent like a youthful type of energy. They're fresh and they're new. I would say that they're students, whereas like this Emperor, that's not a student anymore. This one person that's graduated school a long time ago. The Page is still learning a lot of lessons. Could be a water sign you're connected to. I don't want to focus too much on the zodiac signs because we have every damn element out here. So there's a lot of people. But all pages are students and messengers. Specifically, this one ties in heavily to communication, conversations, messages. This page has something on its mind that it wants to speak. It has something that it's feeling that it wants to let out. It's nice. Usually it's pretty good. Uh, the only downside to page energy is that it could be a little bashful, right? It could be a little shy. It could second guess itself. So we're going to have to circle back on this page and see what's up, because it could be like, I want to say this. Maybe I shouldn't. I want to do this. Should I do that? Is that the best way to go? It can overthink it and self-doubt. On the back end, we have the Three of Pentacles. Normally, this is a great card, one of the big career cards for like work, the people we work with, the people we work around. It's a group dynamic. All threes are group dynamics, specifically this one. I like it because it represents assistance, help, teamwork makes the dream work. So I love it. So whether it is a work thing, whether it's a family thing, friend circle, as you can see, with all the core cards and the Three of Pentacles, people everywhere this week, which could be good for you. Normally, this card is creative and it's like problem solving and finding solutions. The only downside to the Three of Pentacles is that it could represent when there are too many chefs in the kitchen, where there's too many people trying to call the shots, or there's too many people trying to do this, that, and the other thing. And it could represent some funky social dynamics. Okay, so we need to keep an eye. Then for your bonus, we have not only a power element, but a power card for you. We have the Page of Swords. So this could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And just like this page in the center, students, and messengers. This one is a little more defensive, though, right? Like Page of Cups wears its heart on its sleeve. This one is very, very cautious. That's the difference with the Page of Swords. Also to note, this is the Watcher of the Tarot deck, so he will often show up when there is something, a situation, a person that Spirit wants you to keep an eye on. Maybe you're being observed when this card is here. That's the thing with the Page of Swords. And similar to the cups, it could also represent doubt a little bit. But again, we have a lot of people here. I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Emperor. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Gemini, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is that Emperor here? Why is the Emperor here? Thank you. Cool. Okay. Yeah, this is like a potentially a person that has like a very hard shell on the outside. Okay. So we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I do like this for its pull yourself up by the bootstraps type of mode and mindset. It's very stoic, where it's like there is no problem that I cannot overcome. Okay, that's not ideal. How do we move forward? That's the big thing I'm picking up here with this Emperor Five of Pentacles in reverse, where it's like I need to just move this forward or I need to do this. There's some big emphasis around problem solving. So again, if there's certain things that have popped up, certain things you've been dealing with, when I see the Emperor with the Five of Pentacles, it's like, okay, let's pick a road and walk it. Let's pick a destination and go there. Let's just choose and make it happen. There's like this energy that wants to get something moving, get something going. Now, I did get that very hard shell outer exterior as well. So maybe there's a person, maybe it's yourself, right? Maybe you're a hard person to read. You have a good poker face. Like the Emperor with the Five of Pentacles in reverse seems very unbothered for some reason. So whether that's you or somebody else, I don't want to call it cold. It just seems unbothered for some reason. We're going to keep going. So we're already picking that up here. It's like, let's just choose and do it. Let's choose and make it happen. Choose and move forward. It's like an energy that wants results. Yeah, there's also this isolation thing too. So it's funny how like we have all the people and then a card of isolation. So just know you might have an extra sense of magnetism to you in this time. Let's see. I picked that up for you a few weeks ago too. But let's see what's up with the Page of Cups. What is that Page of Cups about? Okay. Okay. Like this is an energy where it's like, I want to address this and I want to address this soon. So there is a sense of urgency I'm picking up underneath the surface. I'm not sure if it's yours or if this is somebody else. Not sure how you respond to pressure, Gemini. If someone is trying to pressure you for something, pressure results. But I'm kind of picking that up here on the front. Now, the Page of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse is like, we need to discuss this. We need to discuss this right now. So again, whether it's you or somebody else, this could absolutely be a very important talk, serious talk, or there's just something with a sense of urgency where it's like, let's address it. Let's address this situation. So again, whether it's important, serious talk or a situation, this energy and this energy are both in line. Now, the reason I say that, the Seven of Pentacles showed up in reverse. Normally, I like this card. It's about patience, letting something bloom, letting something ripen on its own, like calm, steady, just letting something unfold. So when I see it in reverse underneath this Page of Cups, it's like, all right, I need to address this right now, right this second, or I'm losing patience. So again, watch out for any things, people, situations that you might be losing patience with. Because this energy does seem to pressure. There's a sense of urgency that I'm picking up. We're going to keep going. So yeah, the main two things here, whether it's a situation or a talk, important, serious, or urgent. Okay, so let's go. Let's see what's up with the Three of Pentacles. Not sure who wants to bend your ear. Someone might want to chat with you. But let's see what's happening with that Three of Pentacles. Then we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow. So why is the Three of Pentacles here? Okay. Other person. Okay. Yeah, the whole too many chefs in the kitchen. All right, so we have the Knight of Wands in the upright underneath this Three of Pentacles. I don't know why this energy is trying to involve more people. Now, for some Geminis, it could be very important to keep a situation as simple as possible, where it's like the more people you involve, The more people you tell, the more people that know about it, the more complex it gets. I don't want to say this necessarily sounds gossipy, but to me, it's like you need to streamline it, keep it simple. The more people you involve, or the more people that are, giving their input or their say, it's only going to cross the wires, because I am getting that too many chefs in the kitchen thing. So the Knight of Wands is all about action, right? More of this fire. They're also a communicator, so we still have this thing about speaking, talking. I'm not sure if this is someone that's like a mediator of some sort, where it's like, okay, well, if you don't want to talk and that person doesn't want to talk, let me mediate this. That's unique and that's very specific. Only take it if it helps. But I still think even with a mediator, there's just something about involving too many people and it getting a little out of hand. So again, watch out for group drama, watch out for group dynamics, especially with all these people and all these different inputs and like this pressure, this urgency that I'm picking up. I feel like simple is better. Simpler, the better. So again, if you're dealing with a situation or a problem, I wouldn't involve like a whole group of people. I wouldn't shout it from the rooftops here. To me, it's like just keep it simple, keep it streamlined, because again, the more people that are involved, the messier this could potentially get. So let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadows. So very unique this week. Tons of people showing up. Everyone may have a say or have their own opinion. It's unique, and there might be conflicting opinions here. But position number one, we have the Emperor with the Five of Pentacles. This is like, all right, we want results. We want to move this forward. Let's pick a destination and go there. Or let's pick a road and travel it. This is a very stoic energy as well, where there's like a tough outer exterior. So do it that way you will. I'm not sure if that's an energy you're sitting in or if it's somebody else. It's very hard to read. Moving to the center, and it just seems, I don't want to say that it is uncaring, but it may give off that perception. Into the center, we have the Page of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. We need to address this now. So whether it's an important, serious talk or situation, this page is like, let's not wait, let's just do it now. So like all this energy here in the front, there's an urgency to it. Moving to the back end, we have the Three of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands in the upright. It feels like it just gets more complex, even if there's like a mediator here. It's like, keep it simple. The fewer, the better. The more people you involve, the more the wires are going to get crossed. So watch the social interactions this week for sure. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yeah, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. Oh, the deck is trying to jump out of my hands, my friends. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get this shadow card. Are we going to get another court card? Let's see. What do we got? Okay. The Fool card. All right, more Aries energy. There's a lot of Aries significators or signifiers here with the Emperor, Knight of Wands. Now we have the Fool. Now, the thing I like about the Fool card is that it's good, it's fresh, it's new. Talk about picking a journey and going down the road. This card is all about that. It's called the Seeker in this deck, but it is technically the Fool. I like it because it's fun, it's lighthearted. So for some Geminis, maybe Spirit wants you to enjoy yourself, do something that you like, especially if things have been a little funky. But the only downside to the Fool, and I've been seeing this for a lot of signs this week, is that it could represent urges. This is absolutely an energy where it acts first, asks questions later. It's very impulsive. So again, there could be certain things you're trying to refrain from, certain things you're not trying to feed into. When I see the Fool, it's like, I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to do it anyway. So just watch out for stuff like that, especially with this Fool in the shadows. But aside from that, I think it could be good for some of you. But yeah, Gemini, that's what I got for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The August calendar is up and spots go quick, so you might want to check that out. But for the August subscriber surprise, we're doing another winner's choice. I will choose 3 winners at random to either choose the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which is an absolutely stunning deck, or one of the custom-made crystal pendants from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards that showed up in your reading today, which one intrigued you the most? Which one caught your attention and why? And you put that in the comments, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab / post tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.